Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pure Energy Healing Academy. Today's subject is quite a delicate one for a lot of people. I know a lot of you are going through a lot of heartache and issues at the moment, and it's a really big question. It's been asked to me now, I think, for the past 3 weeks, but I'm always getting it asked. I've never really tackled it, so today I'm going to try and tackle it with you and try and give you some helpful thoughts along your journey of life. Ultimately though, the only person who can really truly tell you what to do is your own heart. You know best. Ultimately that's the bottom line. But let's see if we can tackle it a little bit, okay? Have I got experience of this? Damn right. Lots of different experiences with this, so I'm able to tackle it in many different ways. However, you know me, I shoot off in different directions, so if I do, bear with me, okay? So today's topic of conversation and self-help is: my partner has cheated on me. Is it possible to have a relationship with them again? Is it possible to live with them and live in love? Is it possible for me to love again? Well, it's a really interesting question that you've asked, and quite a few of you keep hitting me with different kinds of that question, but it's kind of that question, really. Will it work again? That's the bottom line. There's two things I'm going to give you. First thing I'm going to give you is my own personal opinion. Okay, that's different from spiritual awareness and understanding. Each person, that's you and that's me, has a unique energy of heart, feeling, compassion, empathy, understanding, sensitivity, forgiveness. So each one of us has charts like, boop, boop, this is my chart for forgiveness. This is my energy for pain and suffering. This is my energy, and the chart is either high or low or in between. Okay, so you're not the same as me, and I'm not the same as you. So anybody who tells you what to do in this circumstance is ridiculous, because they're speaking from their own point of view. They're speaking from their own understanding. They're speaking from their own perception, from their own experience. So again, why am I talking like this? Well, I just am, but I just want to get it through to you. Nobody's going to be able to give you the answer, okay? So, going back to me, my personal point of view is, I really believe in love. And what is love to me? Ultimately, love to me is to love myself and be truthful to myself. And that's it, really. So if I am to love somebody else, it sounds as if I'm judging them or measuring them to my love and how I feel. Not really. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, how can I love somebody, okay, who loves somebody else? How can I love somebody who has feelings for somebody else? How can I love somebody who's thinking about somebody else, who's looking at other people and thinking, no, I don't think I would want to be with somebody like that. How can I be with somebody who I've been with and then know that they've done something that maybe was a bit silly and they shouldn't have done? Can I live with that? Did that somebody, or could have that somebody kissed somebody else? Could they have gone and done something with them and not told me about it? And all of these silly little things that you may think, oh, that's nonsense. But in truth, loyalty is very, very close to love. Truth is very close to true love. Openness is very, very close to true love. So what I'm trying to say is, if I step into the energy of love, okay, it's because I have made a commitment to myself. This isn't the other way around, guys. This is where you may all get me wrong. It isn't about what they're thinking about me and what they do. It's about what I now have made a conscious decision to do in my life, which is to share my love with a person. So you may have thought in the past I've made videos and said, oh no, don't worry about it, everything's as it is. And yeah, it is everything. But my own values are true to what I believe and what I stand for, which is, I suppose, I don't know this day and age of how younger kids think, but for me, my loyalty is that if I want to be with somebody, then that's because I'm not thinking about anybody else or wanting to be with anybody else. Doesn't that make any sense? So, if I'm going to share my love with somebody, it's because I want to share my love with that one person. So that's my understanding of how I feel about love. Therefore, if I decide to one day meet somebody and share my love with them, I don't expect anything back. However, if something happens that I think they've done something, like they've kissed somebody else or they've accidentally fallen over and made love to them, it's like, okay, well, that's fine. That's what they did. I'm not going to get upset about it just because I made a conscious decision to love that person. Whatever they do is their conscious decision. They have to live with that. Do I have to live with the pain? Probably, but at the end of the day, that was my choice. Now, the big question we come to is, am I going to be able to love that person again? Well, the choice would be yours to say, first of all, you need to know the circumstance, why, and a lot of the time the why is because they were feeling something was missing from the relationship, or else they wouldn't have done that. So I probably contributed to that, so I have to understand that and work on that too, if I am to work on it. And once I get to understand why and really think about it, then I would say, is it worth continuing the relationship after all I've heard? So I would then go away in nature, sit down, and see how I feel. Now, here's the thing. Is it possible to love somebody again? I believe it is. Okay? I believe it is. However, that love has now changed to a completely different vibration of love. Completely different. And it is an energy of love, but it is somewhat tainted. It's somewhat changed in vibration in a way that it wasn't how I originally wanted it to be. But it's different. So now you come to the acceptance of that person and how they are. And the energy of love is, I still love you, but you will always, this is how I see it. Even at the happiest moment, right, when you're together again, you will always get a memory of what happened. So it will always be there, that thought. And the thought could be for the rest of your life was, what if it happens again? What if they do? It doesn't matter how many times they tell you they won't do it again. It's that doesn't fix you. That never fixes you. It's how you are going to cope with that relationship, how you are going to move on from it. You see, if you're going to stick into a relationship and still have that thought of what happened, then I would say you're living in pain and suffering for the rest of your life. Because even at the happiest moments, if you're still remembering that, if it's still there with you, if it's still burnt into your memory, then you're only hurting yourself. That's all you'll ever be doing. So I don't believe that if somebody's hurt you, that you can't have a relationship. But I think the pureness of love has diluted slightly to a new level of loving somebody. So I would say, yes, you can love somebody again. And hey, everybody makes mistakes, right? And we have to learn to forgive. But it's the forgetting which is the difficult thing, because it depends how sensitive you are and how much you feel you've been hurt, and how, it could be your ego, it could be your sensitivity, it could be how you measure love. So all of these things are factors of whether it's important that you think you could continue on this journey. See, the bigger picture is that maybe you met this person to learn to grow stronger from that very pain. So whether you stay with them to grow stronger, or whether you walk away and say, thanks very much, I felt that, it was really lovely, didn't quite enjoy that, and good for you, good luck on your journey, and then you walk away from it and become stronger, which is a beautiful thing, then that's your choice. But ultimately, you have to grow stronger than that. So if you've always got the burning memory of what happened, I would say that is living in pain and suffering, and I don't think you're meant to do that. So some people I know who something happened and then they came back together, and then they created a new bond, a new love, and a new understanding. So I'm not saying it's any better, any worse, it's just different. It's now a different love. It can't ever be the same. So maybe you can call me old-fashioned, maybe you could call me, I don't know. But, no matter what in my life, and no matter how I feel, and how awful I've been, how a bad husband I've been, and not being attentive and caring as I should have been, and understanding, I still had a principle of never ever stepping over that line and cheating, I call it cheating because it kind of is, because you're not telling the truth. And so I always had this principle as that, and I've always kept it, that if I ever feel something for somebody else, you're the first person I'll tell. Meaning that I'll never ever do something behind your back. I'll tell you first. And I think that's a good principle to live by. So moving off on the subject, which I often do, going back to where we were, is it possible to love that person again? So ultimately the answer is, in my opinion, yes, but in a different love. So that's it really. I think it's wonderful if two people can make it again and rejuvenate a different energy. And I think that's very powerful on both parts, because trust me, it's the person who does something, who cheats, they suffer probably 1,000 times more. And you say, oh no, they don't. I think they do. I think they suffer a lot, because they know deep in their heart that what they did wasn't right and was wrong. So it affects them a lot more. It really does. So I think good on both partners if they do work through that. I think that's an amazing accomplishment. Amazing. Most people would run away. But really, is it running away, or is it just saying, you know what, I'm looking for pure love, true love for the time that we're together. So at the end of the day, your pure love, your true love could be for the time, this is the bigger picture, for the time that you're together, and whatever these silly things happen for a reason, for you to either grow stronger, learn from, and move on, or maybe come together again and grow stronger in another way, in a different loving way. Well, it's only been 13 minutes, guys. I normally can talk about this subject for probably half a day. I'm doing workshops on this shortly as well, in the near future in Bali. So I'm looking forward to doing a lot of workshops in Bali, and coming together with some great people, new people who are coming into my life who are amazing people. So looking forward to working with different types of people in the same industry of self-help and health and all that. So I might see you in Bali soon, guys. I hope this subject matter has helped a little bit, and when all said and done, guys, everything is exactly as it should be. One thing I would leave you on is this: you're a beautiful soul, and if anybody's ever cheated or done something that they shouldn't have done, it ain't got nothing to do with you. It's just the bigger picture for you to become stronger. So don't let it affect you. Just move on and learn to love and learn to be loved, because you are amazing. And if you have walked away from a relationship, trust me, the next one will be even more beautiful and intense and strange and weird and complicated. Like everyone, every single relationship has its complications. Oh, I'm going to get a perfect relationship. Yeah. There's always something new. There's always some new challenge, and that's the beautiful thing about partnerships and living and being blessed to be in this world right now. You're a lucky soul. Have a great day, guys, from my heart to yours. Thank you for subscribing to Mark Bayeski YouTube channel. Take care. Here, catch this.